Hey, what's up everyone? This is Eric Rudvig with the IGN Xbox team, and today we're going to do a video review of Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Since Red Octane was bought by Activision, the development duties for Guitar Hero 3 were handed off to Neversoft. This is their first attempt at a Guitar Hero game. Their presence shows through in spades, but the developer stayed true to the series in the most important place, which is the gameplay. And there, this delivers just as every other Guitar Hero game has before it. For any music rhythm game, the track list is probably the most important part of the game. And with Guitar Hero 3, Neversoft nailed it. For the first time in a music rhythm game, we've got Metallica Master Track with One, The Who are on here, Neversoft got Living Colour to come in and re-record Cult of Personality. The Sex Pistols came in to re-record Anarchy in the UK, marking the first time back in the studio in almost 30 years. There's also a lot more master tracks this time around. In Guitar Hero 2, we had Rolling Stones and we had Guns N' Roses, but they were not master tracks. This time around, master tracks are in, and really, Guns N' Roses with Axl singing is way better than Guns N' Roses without Axl. The track choice also shows off something you can only get in a Guitar Hero game. Songs like Cliffs of Dover by Eric Johnson. It's straight guitar solo through the entire thing, and you'll never find that in something else like Rockin coming out later this year. Although the track list is awesome, there's still no Led Zeppelin and there's still no AC/DC, so there is room for improvement. But as usual, the promise of downloadable tracks is there. As far as gameplay goes, Guitar Hero 3 doesn't play exactly the same as Guitar Hero 2. The window of when you can hit the strum bar to play a note has been opened up by a huge margin. This makes the easier songs in the game seem a little too easy, especially for experienced players. Going through on hard or even some of the beginning expert songs are just a breeze if you've played a lot of Guitar Hero in the past. The challenge is there though. Even though the easier songs are easy, the last couple tiers of songs on expert are really hard. Only experts are going to pass them without a lot of practice. The later songs in Guitar Hero 3 also rely heavily on 3-note chords, which will really tie your fingers up, much more so than in Guitar Hero 2, which is a nice way to change the difficulty because most people haven't practiced these switches between the two 3-note chords. The note layouts in Guitar Hero 3 also give many more opportunities for hammer-ons and pull-offs than you saw in the past. It doesn't necessarily change the difficulty of the game, but it makes for some fun runs where you just strum once and then just keep fingering the notes down. Probably the biggest letdown with Guitar Hero 3 is the presentation. Although the game is called Legends of Rock, there are only 2 legends in the game and one has been. Slash and Tom Morello are in, and then there's Bret Michaels, which will sing on a couple tracks that he has penned. And really, if you're not going to have a creative character, which Guitar Hero 3 doesn't, you kind of hope that there would be a lot more licensed characters for you to play as. A lot of the same made-up characters are back from Guitar Hero 1 and 2, and a few new ones have been added. But really, when it comes down to it, Slash is in the game, and you're just going to want to play as Slash the entire way through. Also, everything that surrounds the game kind of feels a bit dated now. The character animations on stage really don't feel like they're rocking out. The people in the crowd don't add anything, and the drummer looks downright terrible. Without a creative guitarist, you really don't feel like you are the rock and roll god that you'd hope you'd be. The career mode just follows down a list as you beat songs, you unlock a few new ones. It really doesn't feel like a career, even though there are a few vignettes in between to add a little bit of story to the game. And these little vignettes kind of bring up a little bit of a sticking point with the game. One of them actually goes out and says that selling out is not cool, and yet Guitar Hero 3 has sold out in ways that you would not even imagine a Guitar game could. There's actually an Axe body spray themed guitar that you can purchase in the game. There's a Pontiac themed stage. There are things that you would not even associate with rock and roll just shoved in there because they made a few bucks on it. Overall, it feels like Neversoft kind of just threw more at the game when really Guitar Hero is in need of pretty much a presentation overhaul at this point. We've seen the career mode progression before, and we kind of need something new to keep this fresh. On the positive side for the presentation, Neversoft did a nice overhaul of the heads-up display with Guitar Hero, adding a lot of stuff and changing things around. The biggest thing that they added really is the counter for the string, so you know exactly how many notes you've hit in a row, which is nice for when you're trying to unlock achievements. Although the career mode feels largely the same as it has in the past, Neversoft did add quite a bit to the game outside of that. There's an all-new multiplayer battle mode where you can actually throw things at each other. They'll switch up the game, such as making people have to play lefty all of a sudden, or making it so they can't see the notes that they're playing, and it's quite fun addition. Battle mode's also been included to a small extent in the career, where you'll actually have to battle against Tom Morello and Lou the Devil and Slash to unlock those characters and beat them in original songs that you can only find in Guitar Hero 3. The unfortunate part about that is you can't play those songs outside of the career when you're battling them. You can't go and battle a friend in those, which would be a lot of fun. We've also added online play, which is probably the biggest addition to this game. It's something that everyone's been wanting, and it runs pretty well from what we've seen. There's also co-op career now, although you can't play through that and unlock the co-op songs if you don't have a friend with you, which kind of stinks. Another huge addition for Guitar Hero 3 is the GuitarHero.com link-up. Neversoft teamed up with a couple other web publishers. Everything you play in Guitar Hero 3 is fed out to GuitarHero.com. You can check your stats, you can pair them with your friends, and there's a whole metagame for you to take part in online. And this goes across the 360, PS3, and Wii, bringing everything together into one huge community. And it looks like it'll really take Guitar Hero to the next level for community features. One of the best reasons to pick up Guitar Hero 3 is for the new Les Paul wireless guitar. It's pretty much the same on PlayStation 3 and on 360. And as you can see, it's a new remodel of what we had in the past. The button layout has gone back to a little bit like the PS2 was before. So there's the same shape as the PS2 up on the neck. The guide button for 360 and the D-pad have been moved out of the way so you don't randomly hit those by accident. The start and back button have been made more prominent, so it's easy to pause the game, and it's also easy to use the back button to activate star power if that's your thing. Also, they've now made it so there are removable face plates, which are not that easy to pop on and off, although they can pop on and off. And if you'd like, you can get a whole new faceplate and change the look of your guitar and make it a little bit your own. And the neck detaches for easy travel, and I guess Activision said that maybe in the future we'll see some different necks, so that could add a new style to your guitar as well. And really, this is the guitar to own. If for no other reason, you're going to want to buy Guitar Hero 3 for this, for all of your guitar gaming. So that's Guitar Hero 3 in a nutshell. It may look a little different, it may play slightly different, but it's still the Guitar Hero franchise that you know and love. And if you've been wanting some more guitar playing, go out and get Guitar Hero 3. It's in stores now.